Hey guys, it's M4J here, and welcome back to the M4J network here on OpenTTD. This is my first episode that I'm recording in 2019. I'm very rusty. It's been, well, every time I come back after a break, I try and work out how long it's been. It must be almost 2 months since I properly made a video. I've made streams that I've turned into videos, and I think I've made short videos here and there, but this is my first attempt at a video of this year. It's also my first proper attempt at a proper YouTube video with an intro and an outro and some graphics going on in the middle of the episode, and that's how it's going to be from now on. It might mean that I take a couple of weeks to get into the swing of things. I've done a lot of pre-planning for this episode. I've spent the best part of days working on the graphics that will come up on screen, and particularly the intro and the outro, and I've also got a new logo that was very kindly designed by my friend Kurt, who you all know as Night Tech from the GTA Racing series. Why am I talking like this? Well, I suppose I should explain why I've been absent for so long. That would be a good place to start, wouldn't it? The main reason is illness, ill health. Those of you who watch my videos will know that just before Christmas I was complaining of headaches. And in fact, going back to the racing series, I actually won the last racing series that excuse me, the last racing series that we competed in before Christmas. How I won it, I do not know, because I could only see out of one eye for most of it. So sort of sat there with one eye closed. I had a series of headaches, and never really got to the bottom of what exactly was causing that, but it seems to have gone away. So that was good. So I wanted to go back to recording videos because my headaches had gone and I could see clearly. But then, sort of just after Christmas, more towards New Year in fact, I started getting a pain in my shoulder. And it turned out I had tendinitis in my shoulder, and I still do have tendinitis in my shoulder. So not only was I operating with one eye for most of that period of time, I was also only operating with one arm. I've been in the wars, let's put it that way. I have been in the wars. Hopefully though, as I say, I'm still in a bit of pain with my shoulder. You might hear me wincing from time to time as I shift around, but hopefully it's gone away enough that I can actually get back to video production. But like I said, I wanted to sort of rejuvenate the channel for 2019. So there's been some big changes. New logo is part of it. There are two new logos, one I designed, one Kurt designed. Eventually I will just decide on one. I think it's not going to be mine. My logo looks okay on things like Twitter and Facebook, where it's in a big banner form. But actually, I mean, Kurt is a designer, he's a graphics designer. At least I think he is, that's what he told me. That'd be funny if it turned out he wasn't. But he's done a very good job with designing a new logo that sort of reflects my old logo, but also sort of leaps forward into a new generation of M4J. With that, there have also been big changes to things like my social media. So my Twitter account is no longer Majeffries, it is M4J_media. So please do go follow me there. The social media links will be appearing on the screen very, very shortly. Facebook, got the Facebook page updated. I can't work out ways to automatically post there at the moment because Facebook and Twitter seem to have had a disagreement, and the automatic posting of tweets to Facebook doesn't seem to be a thing anymore. So I'll have to try and find a way around that. What else have I done? My Reddit account has also changed to be updated for the new logos, and the most important one for me is Patreon. Patreon is going to be something I'm really going to be plugging away at this year. If you go on my Patreon, those of you who have been on my Patreon before might have thought that some of the pledges were perhaps a little too high, and I kind of agree with you there. They were kind of high. So I've actually gone and lowered them. Let me quickly load up my Patreon. Show you my tier system. I can't actually show it on the screen right this second. I always forget what I have to do. My Patreon page has my design logos. Feedback on both logos is always appreciated, although you could probably be more critical of mine because I've asked you to criticize, whereas I mean, I like Kurt's. I think Kurt has done a very good job with the logo. I wanted to do my own as well, just to practice really. And the laughs I got on the Discord suggested maybe I didn't do that good a job, but we'll see. Anyway, the old Patreon, I think it was something like $10 was the entry amount. This time around, it's a single solitary dollar for M4J Basic. And the tier system, the actual rewards have remained the same. So you are still getting as much as you would have done, but for less money, if that makes sense. You also get a thank you message, and you are allowed onto the Discord, and you have your own tier on Discord depending on how much you've pledged. So $1 is M4J Basic, $5 is M4J Intermediate, $10 is M4J Intermediate Plus, 15 is M4J Silver, 20 is M4J Gold, and 25 is M4J Excelsior, and that is per month. So $25 per month, you get the M4J Excelsior tier. You have to have been a supporter for, I think it's 2 months. I did put it somewhere in brackets. How long you have to be a patron for. But you can't just sign up once, say, hey, can you name it this, and then as soon as I've done it, unsupport, whatever the word is for no longer being a patron. You have to be a patron for at least 2 to 3 months. I think I might do it 3 months, just so that, you know, I do get some money from it. There will be other T's and C's that I will come up with in time. Basically, it's going to be very simple. Once you've supported the channel for 3 months, then you get access to the rewards that are mentioned under each tier. So, for example, Silver. If you're a fan of my OpenTTD content, you can name or rename a mainline route and name a small franchise. Those who watch Cities in Motion 2 can rename a small hub, bus, and up to 2 other modes of transport. If you're a fan of Football Manager, you can have a player and staff member named in your honour, so using the nickname feature in the game. And you can also have a section of Gardcity named after you in the Gardcity project. And also on OpenTTD, you can have a small section of the city named after you. Plus, you will be invited to join any online games during live streams, such as Space Engineers, Tabletop Simulator, Factorio, that kind of thing. And you'll occasionally be invited to join during offline play sessions as well, although more on that in the future. So that's what I really wanted to hammer home today, was Patreon especially, because I did ask for support on Patreon quite a lot towards the end of last year, and then sort of reflected on it a little bit more and thought maybe I'm asking for too much money. Particularly, I think it was $100 for Excelsior, which is a lot of money. So I do understand why that perhaps wasn't as successful as I wanted it to be, which is why I went and lowered the prices. Now I know some channels have sort of created a blanket tier of like $2, but I do think, I mean, the reasons they gave are perfectly justifiable, saying you shouldn't have your support judged by how much money you have, which, you know, I do agree with, but at the same time, this is currently my full-time job, so some money would be much appreciated. So that's why I've lowered the tiers. Plus, I've tried to make it as fair as possible, so it's not like if you tip $1, you get very basic things, and if you tip $2, suddenly you have access to everything. It really is a tiered system, and it is designed mainly with fairness in mind. So I'm not trying to extort people or anything like that. And of course, it is entirely optional. You do not have to support me on Patreon if you feel that you can't, and I totally understand that. Okay, OpenTTD. Should we talk about this? I'm actually doing quite a lot today as well, so I probably shouldn't have talked for 10 minutes at the start about things that aren't really relevant to OpenTTD. We're going to be doing a few things. Let me get up my episode plans. So this is episode 8, if I remember correctly. Yes, it is. And actually, I've got 2 points on the episode plan, but we're actually going to be doing about 5 or 6. So currently, we are introducing stopping services between Gardcity St George and Honningville via Gardcity Great Northern route. So this is Honningville. GSG is back down in the south. and we'll be connecting some key parts of the Great Northern, the Gardcity Great Northern, not the Great Northern, because that is this line here. The Gardcity Great Northern is this line here. And we're going to be connecting that up today. We're going to be running pretty much every stopping service that I could think of between GSG and other locations on the Gardcity Great Northern map. The second thing we're going to be doing is introducing stopping services on the Capital Line. For those of you that aren't aware, the Capital Line, and I will drop down to GSG for this. So here's GSG, which is the main hub for quite a few main lines. The West Winds line, which is this one here. The Gardcity Great Northern line, which is this one here. The Great Northern line, which is this one here, which does then share tracks with the GGN up as far as Honingville. And then if we go slightly east to Bartholomew Square, this line here is the Capital Line. So Gardcity is of course the capital of our little fictional land that we've got here, and the Capital Line is very heavily based on the Moorgate branch of the Great Northern route in real life, which runs from the Northern City Line, it's called, and it runs from Moorgate to Finsbury Park. And I do kind of count the Hertford branch as part of the Northern City Line as well. I know it's not officially, but in this instance, the inspiration thing, it is considered part of. So Runfingwell is the last station of the city end of the Northern City Line, or the Capital Line in this case, and then it joins up with the main line here at Plintbridge Parkway, and then up here at Don'tborough it branches off again, and this is also the Capital Line here that runs along like so, and then, oops, not there, here, runs into Honingville, where it joins up with a GDN for a second time, but, and there'll be a map, might even already be up on screen actually, that shows you the full route network that we'll be working with today, and that is something that I'll be doing in future episodes as well, is creating maps showing where these routes are going to be going. The Capital Line also extends this way, and actually comes through these three stations here up to Narfingburg Springs, where it will connect with the North Valleys line. You can see the two tunnels are in position. The electrified platform is just this centre one here, and that will be where terminating services stop. Right. So like I said, there will be a map. It's probably still on screen. I will need to also experiment with how long the map should be on screen for. Plus, I'm always willing to hear feedback, although that's going to be a little more difficult because for the next few weeks I'm actually going to be disabling comments on all of my videos, and that is something that I probably should have talked about at the start, but I will talk about it now. So like I said a little while ago, I was ill quite a lot over Christmas. And when I say ill, I mean like couldn't get out of bed, couldn't lift my arm above my elbow. Everything was wrong, essentially. And really I just wanted to lie in bed and relax. But people were still commenting on my videos, and I was doing my best to reply. But, and I don't actually know if you can read old comments if I disable comments. I don't think you can. But I did get a comment asking about water, and to do with the channels patch. I think it's patch, I can't remember the exact terminology, but it's to do with the channels add-on for OpenTTD, and the basic question was, could you build a tunnel that doesn't go underwater? And, you know, I answered it. I said, yes, you can, but you've got to be careful because water does flood roads and rail, so you do have to be careful when placing stuff down. And I thought I'd answered the question pretty well. Unfortunately, the person who asked the question decided that I hadn't answered it to the best of my abilities, and decided to be really patronising in their response. Whether they meant to be patronising or not, I don't know. I honestly don't know, and to be honest, I don't care. The fact is, it's a repeat offender, and I've said many times in the past that I'm basically coming up with a zero tolerance policy on that kind of thing. Because what you have to remember is I don't have to make these videos if I don't want to. I could decide tomorrow that I'm going to retire from YouTube. I'm not wanting to do that, but people really do keep finding a way to push me closer and closer to that limit. So for the time being, to avoid people being patronizing in the comments, comments will be disabled. So nobody will be able to comment on any of my videos for the next few weeks. And we're going to trial it, and we're going to see how successful that system is. And if it becomes very successful, then it will be a permanent feature of the channel. There will be other ways in which you can communicate with me during this time. Email is one, although I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. Things like tweets. This is also to try and encourage more people to follow me on Twitter, because I know people are quite stubborn when it comes to things like that. So I do want more people to actually put some effort in and try and follow me on social media, like I've been asking you to do for weeks, because I do tweet fairly regularly if streams are being cancelled or videos are being shifted around. So it would be nice if people actually put an effort in. And again, I'm not naming people. I'm not going to name the person that was patronising in the comments. If you really, really are desperate to find out, I'm sure there are ways. But you know, just be decent about it. No one likes a keyboard warrior, so don't be that person. But yeah, we'll trial out this system. I will also say, like I said about emails, you can email me at the business email, which should be in the description of all my videos. But if you decide to patronise me or talk down to me or anything like that, you will be blocked. And you will not be able to contact me anymore. And it will also go towards keeping the comments disabled, because it's so frequent now. I very rarely get positivity on the channel, and I've talked about this in other videos in the past. People always moan at me when I end a series, but they never understand why that series ended, and it's always because of negativity. YouTube is a very toxic place at the best of times, and it can become quite unbearable a lot of the time. As I've said, this is optional. You know, people choose to make content. No one owes you anything on YouTube. And if you go around thinking that people owe you on YouTube, you're going to be in for a big shock, I'm afraid, because people owe you squat. So that is kind of where I'm at now. So people who choose to be patronizing in comments, people who choose to try and be smartasses or anything like that, they're always the ones who start complaining when the series ends as well, and yet they never seem to put the two together and think, oh, maybe I'm the reason that such and such doesn't make videos anymore. So I just want people to think about that. Think before you comment is what I'm going to say, because chances are what you're about to say could be misconstrued as being nasty. And like I've said, I am got a very short fuse when it comes to that now. So if you break the rules, you instantly get banned. There's no sort of probation period or anything like that. You're just banned. Not allowed to comment on my videos anymore, because I've got better things to do than worry about stuff like that. Right, you can see I'm reprofiling the track here. I'm going to get back to the video now. I'm going to keep moaning about people. I've reprofiled the track here now, so we can run at slightly faster speeds. What I do also need to do is here, I need to redo all of these waypoints. So I'm trying to think of a speed limit that would work here. I've got it as 40 miles an hour on the whole of this section of the Capital Line, and I think it's 30 miles an hour on the Gardcity section. So I think up here you will leave Honningville at 45 miles an hour. So I think I will leave it at 45 miles an hour, which means I need enough waypoints to go from 45 down to something like 15. So how long are these trains going to be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to be the first one. And then you're going to be the second one. So let's see. You're going to be 15, 25, 35, and then 45. And then coming in, it'll be 45, 35, 25, 15. Good. So you are going to be Northingberg Springs app 1 for approach 1. You're going to be Nottingburg Springs app 2. And then you are going to be Nottingburg Springs app 3. Okay, I'm going to save. I have been having some game crashes again. I think it's to do with a train crash that may or may not have happened, which has caused the game crash. We haven't got many trains on the network, and yet I still found it difficult to try and work out which one it was. Because once the game crashes, you can't pan or anything like that. It comes up with an error message, and once you click OK, the game just shuts down. So I will need to try and find a way to find out which train it is that's crashing, that's causing the game crash, which is easier said than done, unfortunately. We'll worry about that some other time. Okay, so that's all saved. I like how we've got this like double station with the tunnels thing going on. I think that's really cool. So now I've got all this set up, I'm going to very quickly put these into the speed limit sheet. So you're not going to be able to see what I'm typing here, but I'm going to do it very quickly, so it shouldn't matter too much anyway. So the first station is Munbridge. Actually, hang on. There's another waypoint somewhere, isn't there? Yeah, this one. Let's get rid of this. And Honingville North Valley is north. So this actually is technically part of the North Valley line, but it's also part of the Capital line. So it's part of both. It's fine. Honingville North Valley's north. And the speed limit is 45. Then it's Munbridge, where the speed limit is also 45. Then it's Slenwell Ridge, where it's also 45. And if you do want to go check out these speed limit sheets, they are still available. Link is in the description. I think it's either under speed limit sheets or information sheets. I can't remember exactly what the name of it is. Right, then it's Nottingburg Springs Approach 3. Where it's 45. Then it's 2. Then it's 1. So you're 35, you're 25, and then we need to create one more line. What colour are you? I'm just going to manually colour it, it should be fine. And manually do the borders, there we go. And then you are going to be Nottingburg Springs. Oops, what did I do? Let's go type it in by hand. Nottingburg Springs, and your speed limit is going to be 15. Oh, I know what I've done. Yeah, that's fine. Cool, right. So we are all set up and working. Now we can start putting trains on. So the first train we're going to be doing, actually there's one more thing we need to do before we do this. I'm just going to save the game again really quickly. Alright, we're going to come over here. One of these, this one, we're going to clone number 110. We're going to rename you to slow. We're going to pin you. I'm actually going to make another train group. Honingville Train Factory. Scooch up to it. Alright, and then you, and you. Oh, that's the other thing I've done off camera. I sold every train on the network, besides the ones in the Metro, the HLR, and obviously the ones that we've put out recently on the West Winds line. I forgot the name of it for a second. Gardcity Great Northern. We're going to be needing this soon. Get rid of these groups. I'm going to try and categorize these trains as quick as possible. Right. Close you, close you. Now you, somewhere, so it's going to be here. Because I've also done some re-waypointing over at GSG. I've moved some of these waypoints around, as you can see, so that we're not hitting, was it 15 miles an hour here or something, and then having to go through, slaloming through all these tracks still. You actually slow down to 15 here. I wanted to do it closer, but because these bridges made it difficult. The West Winds line slightly better. I managed to put it there. But here we're not actually using the slow lines for this section. So we need to get rid of... Now I'm trying to think, do we go through here on the fast and then go across? I think the answer might be yes. Or do we go down as far as here and then go across? So I could do... That one is release 2. So I think what I could just do is that, and replace it with that, that, and that. And then here, that, and replace it with this. Oh, there's an extra one I missed. Hang on a second. Is there an extra one I missed? Your GSG any release slow 2. Oh no, I did get it. So what are you? Your release slow 1. So what are you? How have I got it but not got it? Oh, because you're there. Ah, hang on, we might have a problem then. How have I done this in the speed limit sheet? That's what I should be checking. So it's Great Northern slow, slow 1, slow 2. Let me just get rid of these again. I need to think about this, because currently, so I rebuilt some of the lines here in order to put these waypoints in, so these are important. So let's say it's 15 out of here, 25, 35, 45. I don't think I need these ones here. I think I can move release slow 1 to over here. I think that's what I can do. I'm just going to do that. That one. So GSG northeast release slow 1. Yeah, because it'll be 35 all the way through here, up and over this bridge, hits this one, goes up to 45. Got to make sure that this is set. So I'm just going to remove that again. I've got to make sure that the signal here is set as well. So I might renumber these. So you'll be 1 and you will be 2. I think that's what I'm going to have to do here. I think this is all okay. What have I got here? Yeah, got to change this as well. Do that and that. Excuse me. Got a frog in my throat. And then you also. Okay, I think that's all right now. So if I go here, just change that to X for now, and then you will go from 2 to 1, and then you will go from X to 2. Okay, so if I now go back to this, and go there, there, and there, and then here, go there, there, and there. And then check on the list, so it should go GSG slow, slow 1, slow 2. And I'll check here, GSG slow, slow 1, slow 2. Done. And I will very quickly check on this. So one of these, maybe this one? Yeah, if current order is. Alright, so it should all work. Now I can go in the timetable and do the speed limits. So Plint Bridge, north fast. I need to check what limit or what speed you're going at, 55. So you're going to be 45. Where's GSG? There's GSG. So you should be, yeah, 15, 25. And then you are 35. And then coming out of GSG, you are 15, 25, and 35. And then you're 45, so on, so on. Okay. The GSG times, let's have a look. Yeah, the time waiting in ticks is 7,200, not 4,500. And what that tells me is this one also needs changing. There. 7,200, and this one 7,200. And then this one, what are we doing? West Winds should also be 7,200 if it isn't already. And it's not. Because you stay in GSE for half an hour. All terminus stations, roughly, the trains will stay for half an hour. Okay, and then get rid of that. So, this is what we're going to be basing all of our stopping services off, this one train here. So you are, what number are you? I think you're train number 4. So we're just going to pop you up there as well. Okay. So the first one we are going to be doing is 2G00, which is a semi-fast service between Gardcity St George and Honningville. The map showing the stopping pattern should be appearing on the screen if it hasn't done so already. So I'm going to go put this train in. I'm going to be doing it in a time lapse with a little bit of music playing, just so you don't have to see all the boring bits of me doing all the speed limits and stuff. So I will see you guys again in just a second. Alright, I think we're done with this first train. It took longer than perhaps it should have done because it took me ages to work out what type of train we were going to use. Also, some of the stopping patterns were a little bit weird, and some of the speed limits needed to be changed as well. Hopefully, now that we've got this one, the next service we're doing actually only runs as far as Punfingford. So I think I might just copy the orders from the train that we've got up on screen now, this one here. Copy them over, change the go vias to go twos, and then chop off the bit between Punfingford and Honingville. And then that should be the second one done. So I might even do that one on camera. These should all be set up now. We're going to do manual time between each train, and that is going to be 3,600, which is 15 minutes. Automate. And then the number of trains we need on this route is 15 I've got here, although that seems a little excessive. Not 15, 10. Which also seems a little excessive, but actually it's quite a long route, so 10 should be fine. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to group it. So we're going to do this. I'm just going to do this really quickly so that I know which it is. Add shared vehicles, and then we're going to change this again. So you are 2G00. I've actually forgotten. Oh, did that not work? I thought I'd put it in, but I guess not. I hate having to do this, but it's the only way I could think of. Without making the box bigger, of course, I could have just done that. But right, so you're 2G00. Now I need to go and check what the West Winds was. Okay, I don't know why I've put these in when I could have just done that. Change all these. I'm hoping by putting all these trains in, the company's actually going to start making money again. Because as you can see, not many of these trains are making money. In fact, hardly any of these trains are making money. The company itself is hemorrhaging money. And it's all because all those lovely connections that we had previously were all lost when I stopped running all the trains. Plus we've got a huge infrastructure. You think of all the lines that we've got that haven't got any trains running on them at the moment. So we need to get some connections going again. So 2G00, GSG to Hon. Was that it? Yeah. GSG to Hon. Okay. That's the first one done. Right, so the second one, like I said, I'm going to grab this. We're going to go with a slightly slower train, although you can hold more passengers, which is good. So we're going to buy locomotive. Your train 42. There you are. We're going to recolor you BR blue grey. We're going to clone you and join you together. And then hopefully, to get the orders for this, we're just going to do this. Alright, we're going to pin you. We're going to drag you up here. We're going to drop this down like so. Okay. So, you are 2S00. The map should already be on the screen. And you have a couple of additional stops that the first service didn't call at. So, for example, the first service didn't call at Gunway Brewery, whereas this one is going to call at Gunway Brewery. So, before Gunway Bridge, this is all ordered right, isn't it? Yeah. God, I hope so. It should be fine. It should be fine. We'll test it. That's one of the advantages of these signals as well, is if there is a problem, the train should just stop, and then it will come up saying it can't find a path to continue, and then I'll be able to find out what the actual problem is. So yeah, before here you stop at Gunway Brewery, and on the way back, here you also stop at Gunway Brewery. Anywhere else that you stop, Flat Bridge, that should be a case of, where are we? GSG is here, so Flat Bridge is there. We change it from a via to a 2, and the same on the way back, via to 2. So it's Plimbridge Parkway, Gunway Brewery, Gunway Bridge, Flat Bridge, Don'tborough, Tunfing Bridge, which we should already have. Yep, Tunfing Bridge. Then Edinbourne, which is there. So you're also now a 2. And then on the way back, so what I'm going to do is here I'm going to get rid of all of these, just to shorten the orders list a little bit. So Edinbourne is now a 2, and then Chunnington, which I think we've already got. Yep, and then Great Branville. So you're a 2, and this one is also a 2. Now I think between Great Branville and T1, punting for T1, there are actually other waypoints. Yeah, these ones. Okay, so here I'm going to get rid of that, and that, and then I'm going to replace it with that, and that. Okay, because I think here is if current order is Great Branville, and then if next order is Great Branville waypoint 6. Yeah. Okay, so now I can go into the timetable, bring this up here, pin it, and start having a look at some of the speed limits that we've got. So, Plintbridge North 3 to Gunway Brewery, the speed limit is 75. And then on the way back, here, you should also be 75, and you are. And then between Gunway Bridge and Gunway Brewery is also 75. Great Northern slow. Oh, that's the jump. I was going to say no travel. That's not right. So now we need to do this section here. So into the airport here, the speed limit is 15, which means this one is 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, and then this one should be 75, 70. Or maybe I could do 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10, like that. And then coming out of here, your speed limit is 40, which should be fine. I don't know why I closed that then. That was dumb. That's the one I wanted to close. Yeah, 40 should be fine because you're coming across quite a few tracks, but really you're just coming across to here. I was tempted to put Pumpingford sidings in, and actually I might still do that. Let me just check these signals. So you are going to be this, or if next order is this. Actually, no, you are just going to be that. This one, I'm going to copy from that, and then you're also going to be, or if next order is that. That should work. And then as a last resort, whoops, this one is also going to be these, but that is going to be that. Remove that, and then here, if entry direction is from the front, then allow. Okay. So then orders. Where's the airport? There. And then here we'll do this and then that. So you're going to be unload, no loading. You're going to be no loading, or no unloading, no loading. And then you're going to be load up. Okay, let's rebuild this set of platforms. How long do these have to be? That's the question. Where's the buffers? There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be enough. I might put one more on just so that it's even. And all of these like that. Deny if entry direction is from the back, then if next order is that, then allow. Okay, now I've got to do the stopping times. So all of this is fine now. 7,200, yep. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Plymouth Parkway 240, Gunway Brewery is the next one, and we're stopping there for 41 ticks. Gunway Bridge we've already got, Flat Bridge 41 ticks. Dunkborough 41, Tumfring Bridge 41, Edinburgh 41. And then Chunnington 41, Great Barnville 41. I'm actually going to quickly change that, add here. Oops. Keep changing the wrong thing. So what have I done? Where do we get to? Edinburgh. So the next one is Chunnington, which is done. Great Barnville, which is now also done. And then all of those waypoints, which I will rename. The airport here, you are going to be stopped here for 3,600. Is that what I want? Sure. Okay, and then between here and the sidings, you're going to go 10 miles an hour. At the sidings, you're going to wait for 7,200. 10 miles an hour back. 3,600. And then Great Barnville 41. Chunnington already 41. Edinburgh 41. Don'tborough, Tenthing Bridge, Don'tborough, Flat Bridge 41. Gunway Bridge, and then Gunway Brewery. Plymouth Bridge Parkway, and then GSG. Alright. Manual time of 2,400. Train every 10 minutes. I think that sounds a bit excessive. What about every 20 minutes? That sounds more like it. So every 4,800 ticks. That means we need 8 trains in the schedule. Maybe we'll train every half an hour then. Which is, what, 7,200. Which means there's 6 trains running this service. Which sounds about right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, go into this. Here, add. I think I just have to do that. Actually drag you in. And then change you to be 2S00 GSG 2. Was it Pun? I think it was Pun. Ungrouped, drag you in, and add shared vehicles. There we go, and there should be 6, and there are. Good. Save. Because the last thing I want to do is all of that again. Alright, next up is Bartholomew Square to Honningville. It's actually the one I was least looking forward to doing. But then we've got 2. Alright, I think we have to go back into time lapse for this. So next up is Bartholomew Square to Honningville, calling at Queen's Park North, Lindinghatton, Lay Hill Fishing Harbour, Lay Hill, Runfingwell, Plymouth Bridge Parkway, Gunway Brewery, Gunway Bridge, Flat Bridge, Don'tborough, Planningbury, Benfing Hill, Tunningston, Fendhatton, Grading Head South, Grading Head, Grove Road, Wafingford, Sudingstone, Nuntbourne Bridge, Honningville. And that's the end of the service. This is going to be a long one, so we are going to do this in the time lapse again. So bear with me, guys, and I'll talk to you again very shortly. Alright, and we're back again. This is turning into a very long episode. Hopefully the time lapses make it a little bit shorter. So, we have got, what was it, 4? Yeah, 4 services. 2 from GSG, 2 from Bartholomew Square. We still have 3 more to go. Yeah, 3 more to go. 2 more from GSG, and then 1 more, which I will show you in just a second. No spoilers here. So the first one is actually going to be following the first service that we did from GSG to Honningville, except from Honningville, it then continues up into Nottingburg Springs. Although I'm tempted to leave that one for now, just so that I don't flood. Maybe if I do it. Actually, I could do it. Yeah, okay, we will do it. We will do it. I'm also thinking of how to go about it, because what I might do, we got the 315s operating the mainline services. I might use some of these, the 305s. Maybe. I'm a little bit disappointed that I had to use the 319s. For the Bartholomew Square services, because it kind of pushes our timeline up a little bit more. Also, ignore the date down here. I know, I think it was last episode, the episode before, I said I'd put it back to the 80s, but time progresses way too fast in game for that to be realistic. So ignore the date, focus on the time. That's how we're going to do things from now on. And I will do videos every now and then where I'll say, you know, we've moved forward from the 80s to the 90s now, so we're going to be experiencing some more new generation of trains, as it were. Yeah, I'm quite happy with how this is looking. So I think we might use the 305s, or maybe even the 302s. What's their top speed? 75. Yeah, because we've got these running out of GSE. So it might make sense to reuse them, or maybe the 305s. What's the difference? I think your 4 carriages maybe, and your 5, because there's like a difference of 61 in terms of passengers. In fact, more than that, 91 in terms of passengers carried. So I think we'll go with. It's tricky. Like, how big is this train? What number are you? 73. And if I get one of these, I mean, we could do one of each. Kind of want it to be that way around though. Like that. I mean, that could work. BR blue grey. We could use that. I was going to randomise the vehicles a little bit more. I could still, in theory, do that. Because I like the way the timetable system works now, because you can literally just take some trains off and add some new ones on. It's really cool in that respect. So we might do that. We might just do that. Not right now, though. Right now, we are actually going to put you up here with this. So you are train number 7. So I need to come back up here to number 7. And then you are going to copy orders from that. Actually, is that smart? I'm not sure if that's smart. Because here, we only stop at Plint Bridge, Gunway Bridge, Don'tborough, Gardcity, Punfingford. Let me do a comparison. So GSG, Plint Bridge, Gunway, Don'tborough, Airport. Whereas this one is GSG, Plint Bridge, Gunway, Don'tborough, Tunfingbridge, Chunnington, Airport. So we could do those as go vias. And then you also stop at Keybourne Cross, whereas this one... Oh, this one also stops at Keybourne Cross. Okay, so we can do this. So what I'm going to do then is drag this up here, pin it, and then Chunnington... Oh, actually, we've got to do the timetable first. So is it Chunnington and Edingbourne? Were the two? Was that right? I know Tunfing Bridge and Chunnington are the two. So Tunfing Bridge, there's Flat Bridge, there's Tunfing Bridge. So clear U and Chunnington, there, clear U. Actually, since we're running straight from Don'tborough to Punfingford, I think I've got another way around this. So where are we? GSG, there, Don'tborough. So we do stop at Don'tborough, yeah. So it's after Don'tborough that we need to change things. So I'm going to do it in single directions first. So there's Don'tborough. So you come out of Don'tborough. Let me check the speed limits through Don'tborough. Okay, that makes sense. So after Don'tborough, right up until... I know I keep dithering. Apologies for that. Punfingford. We're going to get rid of all of these, and we're going to replace them with these. So Readingville Fast 1, that, and we're just going to follow it along, and every waypoint along the way here we're going to use, because the ones on the fast line basically means you have to use these waypoints. You can't just skip them out like we've done with some of the slow lines. Like that, and then up as far as here, 1, 2, 3, and then into the airport. Cool. And we'll sort out the speed limits and stuff for that in a second. And then afterwards, here, we do stop at Keybourne, don't we? Yeah, so I can't do fast line running there. That's fine. So we'll get rid of all of these as well, up to Don'tborough. There. And then waypoint, 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 through all of that. Waypoint, 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 waypoint. That one, and that one, that one, that one, and that one, that one, and then that one, that one, that one, and that one, and then into Don'tborough. Cool. Right, back up here to Honingville. So now we've got to do this bit. So 2 lots of Honingville, and then it's this twice, this twice. How long is this train? What number were we? What number were we? 73. 3.5, and this is a 5 long platform. So we could actually swap this for that. I might do that, but I'll do it as a vehicle replacement. So I'll let it do a service or whatever, and then I'll send it to be replaced. Alright, there we go. So I think that's it in terms of orders. Now we've just got to do the timetable. So pin, drag down. Please don't tell me I did shift when I copied this over. Now you've still got Edenbourne and all that lot. Good. Whew. Not sure why that's set to automate then. Maybe because it's copying one from one that's already automated. I don't know. Be wrong to speculate. Alright, GSG, there, all good. Flat bridge there, good. Right, don't bruh. So from here, you actually leave don't bruh at 60 because we're swapping tracks. Although it says 50 if joining. Let me check this. Is there a waypoint that I missed? No. That's slow one there, isn't it? Yeah. So it has to be 60. 60 if switching tracks, 70 if joining. But then the next one is 50 if joining. I think this should be 60 then if switching tracks. Did I say 50? I meant 50 if I didn't say 50. That should be 50 if switching tracks. And then, so yeah, between Don'tborough and Renningville Fast 1, which is there, the speed limit is 50. And then after Renningville Fast 1, it goes up to... No, maybe... I think I got this one wrong. Then that should be 60 if joining. And then from Don'tborough, that should be 60. Because it goes, otherwise it goes from 50 up to 70, which doesn't sound right. So you should be 60, not 50. Okay, and then you are 70, 80, 90, 100. Again, it goes 90 and then 110, which doesn't sound right. So that should be 100. Yeah. Maybe. I think at that point, actually, a 20 mile an hour jump maybe isn't the worst thing. So after fast 4, actually no, 2 fast 4. Yeah, so this one, wait, this one is 90. Where have I gone wrong? So Don'tborough, from Don'tborough to Renningville Fast 1, the speed limit should be 60, which it is. Then it's 70, then it's 80, then 90. Oops. Then 90, and then you 100 or 110. '60, 70. Oh, it jumps from 70 to 90. So this one isn't 80, it's 90. And then you are 110. I'm not sure I like that, actually. And then you are 125. I'm not sure I like that, but I'm going to leave it for now. So Cornley Fast between 1 and 2, it drops to 115. And then it goes right the way down to 85. So you are 105, 95, and then between Cornley Fast 4 and Edinburgh Fast 1 it goes down to 85. Does that sound right? Yes. And then it goes back up to 115. So 95, 105, and 115. Okay, and then Chunnington. Yeah, so now it's back up at 115. It just keeps going down now. Oh no, it stays at 75. So it goes down to 75. So you, what were you again? 115. So you're 105. 95. Good thing is we only have to do this once. Once we've got these timetables set up, unless I add or remove waypoints, I never have to do this again. So you're 75, and then you're also 75. How long do we go 75 for? Because you are 45, and you are 55, so you should be 65. So why have I got... Ah, because it does go down. Okay. So it's 75 through the airport, and there's your stopping, in which case it goes down to 45. Gotcha. And then we're back on the slow lines after this. So we should actually be slowing down to 40 to go through the airport, but we won't worry about that. It's 40 out. This is all correct. All these speed limits here are correct up to Honningville. And then from Honningville it is 40 all the way to the waypoints. And then here it's 30, 20 and 10. And then here it's 10, 20, 30, and then 40. The annoying thing is I can't reference these speed limits because of the glitch that's going on here, so I do always have to keep opening the dialog box to make sure it's the right speed, which is a little annoying. I can live with it, but it's not convenient, let's put it that way. Right, so you are 40, and then out of the airport we're back on the fast lines, so it's 45 all the way up to 115. So you're 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 105, and then 115. Okay, and then it's 115 down to 85. So what are you? You're 115. So now we go back down to 85. So 105, 95, 85. I did say down to 85, didn't I? Yep. And then back up to 125. So you're 85, so then it goes 95, 105, 115, 125, and then it goes back down again, 115. Let me try and work this out. 115, and then it's, oh no, it goes 110, not 115, 110. Then 90, then 70. And then 60. So now we're between Renningville Fast 1 and Don'tborough. So I can go back up here and check. 60. Change that to 60. Right, speed limit's done. They're always the worst bit. Now we've just got to do the stopping times, which is a lot easier. So after Don't Bruh, the next stop is the airport. So I can switch back to the service schedule for this, and we stop there for, it says 1 minute, I'm going to change it to 2. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, the airport is 480, which should be 2 minutes, which is right. Then Keepmorn Cross is fine. Honningville's the next one we need to change. That also changes to 480. And then Munbridge is 41. Slenwell Ridge is 41. Narfingburg Springs is 30 minutes, which is 7,200. Okay, and then Slenwell, which is 41. Munbridge, which is 41. Honningville, which is 480. Keepmorn stays as is. And then the airport again, 480. And then Don't Bruh, which is all the way down here, which is also fine. Manual time. We want a train every 7,200 ticks. Like so. Set you to automate. Close that, close that. We want 5 trains running this service. 2, 3, 4, 5. Open this, click this, do this. Gardcity Great. Make sure that is in there. Change the name of it again to 2B00. GSG to Narfingburg Springs. Grab this train, drag it in, add shared vehicles. I'm also going to do a replace vehicles, and it's the 1. I think that's right, hang on. Yeah, I want to change the 1s to 2s. Let's keep scrolling down. Here we go. So change the 1s to 2s. Replace all vehicles now. Alright. Save. So we've got 2 more services that I want to introduce. One is, it's technically part of the Gardcity Great Northern franchise, but it's under the Punfingford Airport Express brand. It's going to be an express service between GSG and the 3 airport stations, which I think I've shown off to you guys before. I have to check that. Alright, just make sure that everything here is okay. Looks like it is. Okay, so this is, it starts at GSG, runs express all the way to Punfingford Airport T2. Then it goes to T1, then it goes to T3, if I show you what I mean. So Chunnington, you might have noticed this earlier actually, it's been slightly rebuilt. It's now 4 platforms instead of what used to be, which was 2. The train comes in here and then runs through onto the wrong line, technically. In and out of the airport, it runs on the right hand side rather than the left because of the way that the track had to be built here. So it runs along here, up here, round here, down here, into here, which is T2. It then runs along to T1, and then it runs along here to T3. It then doubles back, goes to T1, T2, and then back the way it came. Now it doesn't stop at any stations apart from the 3 airport stations, so I might have to do a little bit of trickery with the old waypoints, but we should be able to get it to work. But I'm going to do that off camera. Well, not off camera, I'm going to do it as a time lapse, so bear with me while I get all this set up. Okay, we have one more train left to do, one more service left to do. And this is the Punfingford Airport Connect. And it's a very simple one because it only runs between 3 stations, and that is Gardcity Punfingford T3, Gardcity Punfingford T1, and Gardcity Punfingford T2. I'm just checking what the stop pattern is. That needs to be that, and that needs to be, whoops, that. And also that's wrong, because it's Punfingford Train Care. And that's also wrong, because in here I've got a depot, where is it there, hidden. And you're going to be Punfingford Train Maintenance. I always spell maintenance wrong. How do I always spell that wrong? It's a word I use quite a lot. Oh no, I did have it right. Maybe it's a word I think I spell wrong. Maintenance. Apparently that's how you spell it. So you're going to be Punfingford Train Maintenance. There we go. So here we're going to buy some vehicles. Nice and simple. We're just going to buy maybe even some of these. We just need the highest capacity. So you're 363, you're 272, you're also 363. So we'll buy you because you look quite nice and cheap. And we'll buy 3 of those. Like so. Actually, how long is this? Yeah, that's 6. This is 6. It should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, and then this one should also be the same. Good. We'll pin you for a second. We'll pin you for a second. So you're going to go here, 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 and then here. You are going to have a conditional order jump to that one. If requires service is equal to false. Just grab this one as an example. So yeah, okay. So you are unload, no loading, and then underneath you, you have a go via here. Go non-stop via. Now we could end up with a slight problem here of. So what are you? You're pumping for train care. So actually, I'm going to take out the go via. Yeah, I'm just going to have that. So you are just Chunnington. You are just from the front. So I'm also going to put ORF next order is this. Just to make sure that this all runs as is supposed to. Okay, you are unload, no unloading, no loading. You are service. Then if we go into the timetable, so 14,400 here, and then just do the speed limits first. So you're going to be 10 miles an hour just out of the depot, and then maybe like 15 here, and then from T2 to T1 I've got to go back to this one for this. I think I had it at, was it 35? Where are we? So between T2 and T1, 30. And then it's 15 into T3, 15 out of 20 out of T3, and then 30 back to T2. Although I might do 15 again, like that, and then you are going to be 15 or 10. Actually, if you're going to the depot. Actually, no, I could do 30 here. I could do 30 because they're all through platforms. So there's no buffer stops here. It's only at the other end where there's buffer stops. All right, now stopping times. So the train care, your time is 7200, and then T2 is 4800. T1 is 120, I believe. Yeah. And then T3 is 4800. Now it's a bit of a pain that T1 is the one in the middle, because I have a feeling we're going to end up with lots of passengers waiting here. So the load times here might get a bit stupid. So I've got it timetabled for 120 ticks, which is 30 seconds. It might end up trains running a little bit late from there, but I'm okay with that because the timetable is, or it should be set up to automate that. So we should be fine. You're also 4800. Okay, in terms of manual timings, why is that set to 7? I don't actually know, because I certainly don't want 7. That can't be right. 7,000 divided by 4,000 apparently is 7. I divided by K. Oh! No, it's 7,000 divided by 1,000, which is 7. Okay. So I kind of want that number to be divided by 2 to get 3. 3 should be more than enough for this. I've also got to do this and set the time, which is 4,800, I think. Yep. And then set you to automate, and then we need 2 more of these, like so. And then we're going to do, not that one, I keep opening the wrong one by mistake, this one. Gardcity Great. Pop you in here, and then you're going to be 2P00 pun to, whoops, pun, which sounds like something a comedian would say, but hey ho. Oh, I forgot to change the colour of these. 1 second. That's the wrong depot. Delete you. Delete you. Put these in a slightly different livery. I think we'll do all blue. 2, 3. There we go. And then you go pun to pun. Add shared vehicles. Alright. And I think, save the game, I think that's everything. Which is good stuff, if true. So we've done a lot. I've been recording this episode for 3 hours. It'll probably be an hour or so once I've put the time lapses and stuff in. Maybe even less than that, who knows. But we've got 7 new services started up. Now the overall of this episode, I've quite enjoyed it. It's been quite nice to get back into it, back into the swing of things. The doing the slow trains has been really easy because you just follow the track. Sometimes you skip out stations or whatnot, but it's relatively straightforward. The ones I don't like, and I know there's going to be a lot more of these in the future, are the semi-fasts, and in some cases even the fasts, where it crosses between the slow and the fast. Because when I go on the speed sheets, they don't always line up because there's more waypoints on the fast lines than there are on the slow. So you end up with a bit higgledy-piggledy, but it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, that does it for this episode, guys. So hopefully you enjoy the new graphics and the new logos and the intros and the outros and things like that. Whether you enjoy those or not, if you do enjoy the video, be sure to hit the like button, and also, of course, if you're enjoying the series, I might as well just do my usual end of video spiel now because we're at the end. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. I know it's been a long time since the last episode, but it won't be too long till the next episode, I hope. I can actually go on the episode plans list and finally tick these off. Next episode, we're apparently redoing the tram routes across Gardcity. So I'm quite looking forward to getting into that as well. So until then, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series, drop some comments down below with ideas for future episodes. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you guys for your continued support. I just said comments one, didn't I? Let me try that again. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't done so already, and don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series. Go to the interactions sheet and leave ideas for names for routes and or stations, bus stops, water bus stops, that kind of thing. Besides that, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you guys for continued support. It's going to take a few episodes to get that comments thing out of my head. Like I said, comments are now disabled, so bear that in mind for future reference. Please don't use the interaction sheet as a way of leaving comments as well. That's not what it's for. But yeah, thank you very much, guys, for watching, and until next time, I will see you soon.